All right, we're ready.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and open up the Tuesday, August 15th, 2023 Board of Alderman meeting. If everyone would please stand so we can say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Alderman Miller. All right. I'd like to open up this public hearing for the annexation of 337 acres located at north of Northwest Service Road and West Warrenton Boulevard. If anyone has anything from the public to stand up and say about that, please come to the podium.
Acting President of the Board, members of the Board of Aldermen, I'm John Young. I'm the City Attorney. I'm here to present on the annexation petition that was filed with the City. On July 14th of 2023, a notarized petition was filed with the City by Hickory Ridge Family LLC, the fee owners of approximately 337 acres of property generally located on the North Outer Road, perpendicular to West Warrenton Boulevard, which is the overpass. The property is compact and contiguous to the city from the south. The city believes that the annexation of this property is reasonably necessary to the proper development of the city. The city is able to provide normal services within a reasonable time, and at this time no objections have been filed. This annexation has been submitted for public hearing and public notice has been published in the appropriate statutory times. I'm happy to answer questions.
Do you have any questions? No questions for us.
Thank you.
All right, if no one else has anything about that, item B for that, tax rate.
Good evening, Board. In relation to our property tax rate for the City of Warrenton, I would like to make part of the public record the municipal code by reference and the public hearing notice that was published in the Warren County Record on August 3rd of 2023. Revised property valuations for 2023 received from the county clerk reflect an increase of $3,176,338 on new construction, an increase of $3,027,222 in real estate, and of that, the other increase of $149,116 is related to personal property tax valuations. The proposed tax rate based on these revised property valuations are 0.2877 per 100 valuation for general revenue, 0.1703 per 100 valuation for Parks and Recreation, a total tax rate of 0.4580 per $100 of valuation. Proposed rates will result in approximately $624,238 in revenue. Of that, general fund $392,125, park fund $202,113. Total budgeted revenues for this year are $620,147, resulting in additional revenue of about $4,091 above budget. Any questions related to the tax rates?
When's the last time this changed, Dana?
Certainly. So every year this process happens, we evaluate and update the rates based on the assessed valuations. This is a reassessment year in 2023. So it does, the calculation does force us to look at a limited increase on existing properties. So you're only allowed to generate the cost of living increase on those existing properties, regardless of the fact that the assessed value may have gone up more than that, we're limited there. So sometimes it pushes the rate down. So you will actually see a decrease in the rate per 100 from last year.
Okay, so this is a decrease in tax rate?
It's a decrease in tax rate, but, your assessed value may have increased over this year.
Assessed value could have increased. And that generates more revenue.
It generates a little more revenue than prior year. Again, they limit you. You can certainly generate more revenue on new construction that didn't exist before, but you are limited as to how much more revenue you can generate on existing properties.
But this tax rate, it keeps us even. It's not, we're not in the black or in the red. This is
It's what we projected, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions for Dana? No? No? All right, thank you, Dana. Thanks, Dana. All right, consent agenda.
We have the regular meeting minutes from August 1st, 2023, the work session minutes from August 1st regarding the MoDOT Citizen Advisory Group. The following bids, we have the ready mix concrete bid awarded to Schreider Concrete, which was the only bid. The rock bid was awarded to Hassenjager Trucking, the low bid. The auto repair bid was awarded to Lewis Family Garage, the low bid. Garage door installation bid awarded to Gateway Door and Contracting in the amount of $22,050, the low bid. The budget amount was $27,840. Pool parking lot striping and sealing bid awarded to Triple J Seal Coating and Asphalt in the amount of $12,053.40, the low bid. Budget amount was $18,117. The demolition of the pool facility bid awarded to SLT Demolition in the amount of $120,700. The low bid budget amount was $175,000. And the milling and paving bid for Wolf, Dahlgren, and Ash Road bid awarded to Mid-River Asphalt in the amount of $114,330, which was the low bid. Budget amount for that project was $134,960.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Romaker. Roll call vote.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz is absent. Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Corder is absent. Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Passes 4-0 with 2 absent. Next, we have public comments. If anyone would like to come up and has anything to say, this is your chance to speak on what you would like. We'll give you 5 minutes.
No one? All right, we will move
Along. All right, Board of Alderman comments.
I just want to say thank you to Brandy for getting the ball rolling on the property on Highway 47. Demolition started on it finally today, I believe. And thank you very much for working that out. And also, I want to say thank you to Guy for fixing the water leak on Dogwood last week. Thanks very much.
Welcome, thank you. Alderman Cullum, anything? No.
All right. Next here we have approve liquor license for the Corner Pub for the Fall Festival. Any questions about this?
No.
I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the Cantor liquor license for the Corner Pub for the Fall Festival.
So move.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, second by Alderman Miller. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Passes forward with 2 absent. Next up is City Administrator.
Good evening. The first thing I have for you tonight is the conflicts of interest ordinance. This is an ordinance that's readopted every year that basically you won't have any, the Board of Aldermen will not have any conflict of interest with anything else. So it's just a readoption adoption of the same ordinance every 2 years.
All right, I will entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 52-23.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Roadmaker.
An ordinance readopting Chapter 130, Conflicts of Interest of the Municipal Code of the City of Warrenton, Missouri.
All right, I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 52-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Cullum.
An ordinance readopting Chapter 130, Conflicts of Interest of the Municipal Code of the City of Warrenton, Missouri.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Roadmaker.
Yes.
Alderman Miller.
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes. Passes 4-0 with 2 absent. Oh, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the meeting. We will be removing item number 10B, the real estate, from the agenda tonight. I apologize for not bringing that to everyone's attention earlier.
The next thing that I have for you tonight is we received an email from Boonslick today, and MoDOT is submitting a grant to the U.S. Department of Transportation to help with this Improve I-70 program. And they are asking for letters of support from the different municipalities and organizations, and they have provided us with a letter. I am just asking if you're interested in that, we can have the mayor sign that letter.
Should be fine.
Also, on that same subject, MoDOT will be having public meetings regarding the Improve I-70 program. They will be on August 29th from 4 to 6 at the County Administration Building, and another one on August 30th from 5 to 7 at the Jonesburg Elementary Gymnasium.
Where was the second one?
The first one is on August 29th from 4 to 6 at the County Building, and the second one is August 30th at Jonesburg Elementary Gymnasium. They will be accepting public comments on their website between August 28th and September 22nd.
What time was the Jonesburg?
From 5 to 7.
5 to 7, thank you.
Another thing is, just to be transparent, we have an amendment and assignment from our previous real estate agreement, and it is going to be the purchaser's name has to be changed from Hickory Ridge LLC, or Hickory Ridge Family, to the it's now Fremont Property Maintenance. Same owner, just a different name. So that is also something the mayor will sign tonight. We don't need a vote or anything on that. Just wanted to let you guys know. We will be having the Board of Aldermen and Planning and Zoning work session on August 23rd, which is next week at 5 p.m. We will have a homeless work session on August 30th at 5:30, and then an operations work session on September 26th at 5. And that's all that I have for you.
Thank you, sir. Did you say that was from 5 to 7 at Jonesburg Elementary on August 30th?
Yes.
Correct. Thank you, Brandy. All right, next up, Building Commissioner Mike Cross.
Good evening, Board of Aldermen. You have my monthly report. A few highlights. If you've been around Pinckney, you see all the new construction going on there. We actually have 12 occupied homes there now and 10 under various stages of construction, just in Pinckney Ridge there. Down the street a little farther on Pinckney, you've got T.S. Pansy has put their 4th house foundation in the ground in that little cul-de-sac there. Tractor Supply's moving along, SSM's moving along. The fuel or gas station, they're tentatively scheduled sometime mid-September to open. All the updates I have currently.
Any questions for Mike?
Nope.
All right, thank you, Mike. All right, next up, Chief of Police, Larry Ellard.
Hello, good evening, Board. You should have the Chief of Police's monthly police report in front of you, and the only other small additions that I have is just to keep you guys informed that this week on Friday we start our reaccreditation for our online assessment for CALIA for our accreditation. So that starts Friday and it'll go a week, and Nancy's done an excellent job with our proofs and our policies for reaccreditation. And the only other thing that I have is I'm currently working on fall festival planning, and the only thing we'd like to do is just send a friendly reminder to the public and ask people to please avoid parking on Main Street on the 23rd of September from 6 a.m. until midnight. That's all we have today.
When will you know the results of the certification?
Or the CLIA reaccreditation? Yes. We usually get answers on that pretty quick. It should be within a few days after the assessment that we know where we're at and where we can improve and where we had a higher marking. So pretty quick, we should be able to report that soon.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
How does somebody participate in the Ride Along program?
All they would need to do, sir, is give me a call or shoot me an email, and I can very easily arrange that with you. Takes a quick background check, a couple waivers to fill out, and we'll get you on the road with a police officer.
That's open to city residents as well?
Yes, sir.
Thinking about doing a ride along?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Different to be in the front seat.
Right. Exactly. All right, thank you. All right, next up, Director of Planning and Development, Tim Burks.
Good evening, board members. You have a copy of my monthly report for July. No big highlights on it for July. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I do.
No questions? Nope, no questions, Tim.
Okay. So we'll start with the first project on the agenda. It's an approval request for amendment to Section 410.080 subdivision design standards, Section F, lot width, AMD 113, or 131, I'm sorry. Section 410.080 subdivision design standard, Section F, number 1, residential lot shall not be less than 70 feet in width at the front building line. We're going to remove the except in R1, where the width shall be 125 feet, and make it just 70 feet on that. Public hearing was posted in Warren County Record on July 13, 2023, and the planning and zoning results, the motion passed 6-0 with 4 absent. On that one.
All right. That was on bill number 5323, Tim?
Yes.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 5323.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Roemaker.
In ordinance to amend Section 410.080 subsection F lots of the municipal code of the City of Warrenton, Missouri regarding subdivision design standards.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 5323.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Roemaker.
In ordinance to amend Section 410.080 subsection F lots of the municipal code of the City of Warrenton, Missouri regarding subdivision design standards.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Roemaker?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent. We have next, Tim.
And this is an approval for request for amendment to Chapter 405 zoning regulations, Article 3 zoning district regulations, AMD 132. In this section, we're cleaning up some of the codes from when we removed multifamily from the R3 and changed our lot and area size on our codes. So we're deleting some of the old numbers for lot areas were 8,400, making them 10,000. And for the floor area for the house was 1,000 square feet, and we changed it to 1,200 square feet. So this is going through the R2 and C1, 2, and 3 and changing those codes. The public hearing notice was posted in Warren County Record on July 13, 2023. The planning and zoning results, motion passed 6-0 with 4 absent.
All right.
Questions?
Questions? No questions? All right, I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 5423.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Miller.
An ordinance to amend Section 405.120, 405.130, 405.140, and 405.150 of the Municipal Code of the City of Warrenton, Missouri regarding zoning district regulations.
Entertain a motion for the second reading of Bill number 54-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, second by Alderman Miller.
An ordinance to amend Section 405.120, 405.130, 405.140, and 405.150 of the Municipal Code of the City of Warrenton, Missouri regarding zoning district regulations.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Miller.
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Romaker.
Yes.
Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent. What else do you have for us?
And the last project is the Pope Farm Boundary Line Adjustment, SUBD 112. Diane Pope has submitted an application for a boundary line adjustment and plat for 1106 Steinhagen Road. Proposal seeks to modify the boundaries of Lot 1 and Lot 2. The plat shows a 50-foot road and utility easement would be added to the west side of Lot 1 and Lot 2, and the proposed plat would also add 20-foot easement to the northeast and south boundaries of Lot 1 and 10-foot easement to the south side of Lot 2. The area is currently zoned residentially under provision of the R2 medium density residential district requirements, and any further developments of the area is subject to review to ensure compliance of all provisions of the R2 district and the city code requirements. The planning and zoning results on this project, the motion passed 6-0 with 4 absent. The staff has reviewed the proposed boundary line adjustment plat and found that the proposal is consistent with Chapter 410 of the subdivision regulations of Warrenton Municipal Code. Okay, we have a representative from Lewis and Beatty here that can speak on the project. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
What's the purpose of the 50-foot easement? Is that for future road development?
Yes.
Good evening, Brandon Kurtz with Lewis and Beatty. So there was, my understanding, there was an old county road there a long time ago that was abandoned, and so they're just leaving it, just going to leave a 50-foot road and utility easement there. For some reason, I don't know when. Any idea when that was abandoned?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when it was abandoned, but at some point it was. So we're just leaving a 50-foot road and utility easement there over it, for one, to allow the 21-acre tract to come out around there to that 4-way intersection behind the bank at McGee and Steinhagen. And then it would also allow access to Dogwood on the north if that was something that was feasible.
Okay, so there could be an entrance
in the future.
Dog.
Yeah, there could be in the future, yeah.
Yeah.
But tonight all we're doing is we're creating the house tract because it was kind of separated legally from Arlington Way there by a little strip. You see that there's a little strip that goes around below the house. So it was kind of separated there, and you see there on that old survey that says Old County Road. We're just trying to clean it all up. There was some property that was, abandoned, and just make it make it 2 nice lots, a house lot and then a 21-acre open lot that, probably at some point in the future will be developed into something. But it would have to come through.
The 20-foot easement is for a utility?
Yeah, so as part of your platting process, you put in perimeter easements all the way around everything, so that way they can run utilities, water lines, sewer lines, telephone, electric, etc.
Okay. They still run telephone lines?
Fiber?
There you go.
Fiber optic lines?
No. Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Thank you very much. All right. I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of Bill number 55-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Romaker.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton, Missouri, accepting the boundary adjustment for Pope Farm located at 1106 Steinhagen.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of Bill number 55-23.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Cullum.
An ordinance of the City of Warrenton, Missouri accepting the boundary adjustment for Pope Farm located at 1106 Steinhagen.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent. Anything else, Tim?
That's all, sir.
Thank you very much. All right, next up, City Clerk.
We had a request from the developer to accept the street signs that are in the estates at Pinckney Ridge. So this is just a bill accepting that piece of property, or that piece of infrastructure.
So will you be responsible for all signs now?
Yes.
I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of Bill number 56-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Romaker.
An ordinance accepting street signs at the estates at Pinckney Ridge by the City of Warrenton, Missouri.
I'll entertain a second reading for Bill number 56-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Romaker.
An ordinance accepting street signs at the estates at Pinckney Ridge by the City of Warrenton, Missouri.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes. Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent. Thank you, Melody. Next up, Director of Operations, John Struckhoff.
Good evening. First item I have for you tonight is a monthly admin report. Just a couple things to highlight on there is we filled our finance position, and we have a opening in Public Works, and I believe we still have a couple openings in the police department. So we're gaining and losing and gaining and losing. So, but we're way better than we were 6 months ago, so that's a good thing.
So our finance department.
We're full again.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Any other questions on the admin report?
Nope. No questions.
Next item I have for you tonight is a engineering proposal for BFA for stormwater on Boone's Lick from Veterans Memorial Phase 2. This will take us from where we left off near the grounds and maintenance building and take us to near the cemetery entrance for the next phase of the stormwater. So that whole project has been engineered from start to finish all the way out to the railroad bridge, but we've phased it out into 4 different phases. So this will be the engineering to finish out the engineering on Phase 2 and get it to bid. So,
Any questions for John on this?
So that goes basically from Veterans Memorial to Boonslick Road, is that?
no, this is on Boone's Lick Road.
On Boonslick?
Yes, from the grounds and maintenance building to approximately the cemetery or MoDOT entrance.
Okay.
And that's just the stormwater, so that's putting in the piping and re-ditching and everything to get it ready to whole new street, curb, gutter, sidewalk, everything. We're doing all the underground utilities first before we go on top. So
You said this is Phase 2.
this is Phase 2 of 4.
Very good. All right, I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of Bill number 57-23.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Miller.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for professional services with BFA Engineering in connection with stormwater improvements starting at 635 West Boonslick Road to Warrenton Cemetery, Phase 2.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of Bill number 57-23.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, second by Alderman Cullum.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for professional services with BFA Engineering in connection with stormwater improvements starting at 635 West Boonslick Road to Warrenton Cemetery, Phase 2.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent.
Next item I have for you tonight is an engineering proposal with Cole and Associates Engineering. This is for the sidewalk on Boone's Lick Road in the downtown area. We're proposing to engineer the entire project, the remaining sidewalks that need to be repaired. Obviously, we're not going to do anything with the block that we did a couple years ago. But then on construction, we're probably going to have to phase it out into 2 phases due to budget constraints. But this would take care of the engineering and get to a cost estimate stage for construction for the remainder of the sidewalks downtown.
This would include both sides of the street?
Both sides of the street, correct.
I entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 5823.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Roadmaker.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for professional services with Colin Associates Incorporated in connection with Boonslick Road Sidewalk Rehabilitation Phase 1 and 2.
I entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 5823.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Cullum.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for professional services with Colin Associates Incorporated in connection with Boonslick Road Sidewalk Rehabilitation Phase 1 and 2.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Roadmaker?
Yes.
Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent.
Only other thing I want to mention tonight is we're just over a month away from the Fall Festival. I have over 90 vendors' spaces sold. That puts us over 60 different vendors that we're going to have on Main Street that day. Again, we got 4 different bands starting at noon and ending at 9. We're going to have music all day. It's going to be a great time, so make sure you keep your calendars open.
Right. Sounds like a fun-packed day.
I forgot to mention, we almost sold out every sponsor position in one day. We put it out and almost every sponsor was filled in a day. So we have a lot of community support for this event, which is great. So
It's good to see that. All right, any other questions for John or anything? All right, let's move along. Finance Officer.
The next item before you is just formal approval of those property tax rates that we discussed during the public hearing.
No other questions from before? All right, I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 60-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Miller, second by Alderman Roadmaker.
An ordinance levying and imposing a tax for the calendar and fiscal year of 2023 for general, municipal, and public park purposes.
Entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 60-23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Roadmaker.
An ordinance levying and imposing a tax for the calendar and fiscal year of 2023 for general, municipal, and public park purposes.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Roadmaker?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Bill passes 4-0 with 2 absent. Thank you, Dana. All right, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment if there's nothing else.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Roadmaker. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're so done. Thank you, everyone.